Okay, so 4-7 is point slope form, which means that we need a point, which would look like, oopsies, which would look like x comma y, and the slope, which would be abbreviated with m. Those are the two things we need to be able to write something in point slope form. So the first problem says write an equation in point slope form for the line with the given slope that contains the given point. So the given slope is 5/2, and the point is -3, 0. And again, it said write the equation in point slope form. Those are our instructions. So point slope form.
So would you plug in?
Okay, so we have, you might want to use two different colors for this. Y minus y1 equals m parenthesis x minus x1. Everything in pink is what we're going to put into the equation. Everything in black will never change. Okay, so point slope form, that equation that I just gave you, has to be memorized. You will have to have that memorized for any quiz, test, etc. For 4-6 and 4-7 that's coming up. Okay, so what we need to do then is we need to insert our slope and our point into this equation. So it's going to be y minus my y1, if I look up at my ordered pair, is 0, equals m, which is 5/2, parenthesis, x minus my x1, which is -3. Because of that double negative, I'm going to change that to a positive. So you can either leave your answer like this, or since -0 means absolutely nothing anyway, we don't even need to have it there. So we could change our answer to y equals 5/2, parenthesis, x plus 3. So this is the best answer you can give me, and this answer is okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an example to try. It says a slope of -7 and a 0.42, and they want this in point slope form. Try that.
Sorry.
So pause this video so you guys can figure out your answer. And when you have it, hit play again. Okay, the answer is y minus 2 equals -7, parenthesis, x minus 4. So sometimes we have to go from point slope form to slope intercept form. So I'm going to give you the steps here of changing this to slope intercept form. Step 1 would be to distribute. Okay, so distributing the -7 to both the x and the -4. -4 is the same thing as a -4. So we're going to keep the beginning, which was y minus 2 equals -7 times x is -7x. Distributing the -7 to the -4. -7 times -4 is positive 28. And then there's only one more step because y is not isolated yet, so step 2, isolate y. So the way that we would isolate this y is to get rid of the -2, so I would add 2 to both sides. Remember that I'm only adding to the number 28 here because you cannot add a number with a variable. Those are not like terms. So we should end up with y equals -7x plus 30. Okay, we're going to graph the line described by this equation now. So y minus 1 equals 3 parentheses x minus 1. Remember that we can't graph unless we have it in slope-intercept form, so we want to change this to y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. So step 1 was to distribute. Step 2 is to isolate y. And so now I am ready to graph. Remember that we begin at b, and our m is our rise over run. So when I graph this, I'll start at -2. And then I'm going to rise 3, run 1, and do it again. Rise 3, run 1. And we make our line. And if you're in high school, you would even write your equation right near your line, so you guys can get yourself ready for that too. Okay, if the problem gives you intercepts, such as the x-intercept being -2 and a y-intercept of 4, we first notice that they didn't write their intercepts correctly. So if you notice that, this will be even easier. This should be in ordered pairs, so -2, 0, and 0, 4. Now we have a point. In order to write something in slope-intercept form, we need a point and an intercept. I can pick any point I want, and we already have the y-intercept. So if my point is 0, 4, oops, sorry, we can also find slope as well using these 2 points. Let's do that first. So if we're going to find slope, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So m equals y2 is 4 minus 0 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I have an m of 2. I have a y-intercept of 4. And now I can write my equation, y equals mx plus b. Remember, we only need the m and the b plugged in to write an equation in slope-intercept form.